Hi, I'm Lynette and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode in the Quick and Dirty Reviews series. This is where I come back with some quick reviews about products that you may or may not have seen in previous haul videos or in other videos. So I want to give you just a quick rundown of my experience with some of these products that I've been using for the last several weeks or months. So let's get started. Okay, first up, I'm going to talk about some eyeliners, and you've seen these on my channel before. They are the LA Girl Neon eyeliners. If you've been here, you know that I've been on this kick lately of trying to get colorful eyeliner pencils, colorful pot eyeliners, just colorful liners in general for fun pops of color for the summertime. And so my first attempt to find some colorful liners were with these neon liners from LA Girl, and I do like them. I like them. They're not particularly neon, like this purple. This is really my only pet peeve with these. This purple one, for example, is just, that's just not neon. Can you even see that? Can you even see that? No. So that's my only real pet peeve with these, is that they're not necessarily neon, but they're nice liners. They are fairly inexpensive. You can get them from Ulta. You can get them from your drugstore, and they build really nicely. They're creamy, matte, but creamy enough to where you can apply them easily onto your lash line or in your waterline, which is primarily where I like to use them, and with not any tugging and pulling of your skin. The wear time is really good with them, and they are pigmented, so I do like these. I think they're a good quality at a good price, and nice to have these little pops of color in my collection. Also, more eyeliners. These are the Colourpop gel, the cream gel liners. As you can see, I have quite a few. I started off buying a bundle of 3 or 4, or maybe it was 4 or 5. I don't know. I started off buying a small bundle and then used it and liked it enough to where I went on ahead and bought some more. So now I have 8 of these, and again, same as with the LA Girls, these are really nice. These are, some of these actually could be considered neon because they're pretty bright. Okay, maybe not neon, but they're they're nice pop, definitely. They are creamy. Again, no tugging and pulling on your skin. They wear really well and for a nice length of time. They're colorful, they're pigmented, they're pretty budge proof. Like once you put them on, I think both of these liners both of these brands are waterproof. Once you put them on, they really don't go anywhere. They're easy to apply, whether in your waterline or on your lash line, and they're creamy. So I really like them, and you know, they're not too expensive. They're not really expensive. I want to say like $6.50 or $6 or so, and you know, Colourpop is always having a sale. So if you haven't tried these, maybe you want to pick up 1 or 2 and check them out. My only pet peeve with these is that the Colourpop packaging is trash. It's so cheap. One of these didn't work for me, which I had already talked about in a previous video, but right now, knock on wood, they're all working. So aside from that, I do like it, and I do like that the packaging is the same color as the liner that's inside, so you don't have to guess about what color you're using. These are fun. They look fun. They're fun to use. They're fun to wear, so I like these. Okay, away from liners, oh, one more liner actually. It is a liquid liner. It is the Scandal Eyes, the Rimmel Scandal Eyes Precision Micro Eyeliner. I just hit myself in the face. This is, it's a felt tip liner. You saw this in a more recent video. I think we hauled this, and I'm not the greatest when it comes to liquid liners or felt liners or anything with any liners actually. So, but I thought I would give this a try. I did use it today to create my wing. I have been having, Lord, I've been having problems creating wings, Lord, and I really messed this up too. But because it doesn't dry immediately, I had enough time to take a little fine tooth Q-tip. Did I say fine tooth? A fine tipped Q-tip, and just fix it up there so it doesn't look as bad. But this for me, because I'm really like just bad with the whole eyeliner thing, this for me is nice because the point is fine, but it's kind of short and firm, which I like. It's not too flexible because I can just lose control very easily, very quickly. So I do like that. It does stay in place. It is pigmented. It is a black. It goes over all of my eyeshadows on my eyelids, and so far I've been liking it. So if you're a newbie, or if you're not so great at applying liquid eyeliner either, you know, maybe you want to give the Rimmel Scandal Eyes microliner a shot. Okay, continuing with eyes is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. You've seen this on my channel before. You've seen it in a couple of tutorials, and yeah, I don't love it. I don't love this primer. A little bit does go a long way. I did have an issue when I first got it. Every time I opened the top, it will squirt out. That has since stopped, thankfully, and I tried not to put the cap on too tight, but it's not my favorite. I mean, a little bit does go a long way, so you only need a very little bit to cover your whole lid. But for me, it's been difficult trying to figure out exactly what is the right amount to use, because I always use too much and then I end up just wasting it. This is $13. This is the mini and it's $13. The full size is like $20 or $22. So, you know, I really don't want to waste it because it is kind of expensive. And yeah, it's just, I always use too much. Trying to figure out the right amount I haven't gotten there yet. I always end up using too much. It is practically white. It's a practically white base, which, you know, for me is problematic because I am dark skinned, and this white base can be difficult to cover up and blend away, because it is a little on the thick side and it's very, very matte. It dries fairly quickly, and so I try not to get it above my crease, because it goes under my eyebrow, and then it's just, I got to get a flesh tone eyeshadow to try to blend it away because that white is so stark. And yeah, so trying to keep it in the crease and below every time I use it can be challenging, because it does, you know, it's very spreadable, so you use too much and it's all over the place. So I'm not crazy about the color, and it dries pretty quickly and fairly matte, and trying to find that happy medium to where it's still a little tacky so that my eyeshadows will adhere to it, to not letting it dry down completely, because then I have had difficulty with eyeshadows adhering to it because it's so dry. So it does a good job in helping my eyeshadows pop and helping bring out the vibrancy of the eyeshadows. Although because of the color, I've used dark eyeshadows on it and they're not as dark because this white, almost white base will lighten it up. So yeah, for me, it's just more difficult. It's more trouble than it's worth. I would just as easily use, to be honest, the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer as an eyeshadow base, which I've gone back to using because this just seems to be like a lot of work and more hassle than I'm willing to put into it, as opposed to this, which really they act very similarly, like almost the same way. So if it's going to take me more time to use this one, I just go ahead and use this because it's just easier, it's quicker, and I can get on and go about my business. So this primer, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not my favorite. I'm glad I got it in the mini, and I don't see myself repurchasing it. Moving right along to a face product. This is the Full Spectrum, the CoverGirl Full Spectrum Bronzing Powder, and I have it in the shade Ebony. Apparently CoverGirl had this bronzer before, and then got rid of it. This is what it looks like. This is my first time ever using it. Again, I'm not a big bronzer person, so I missed it the first go around, but they have since brought it back, evidently, from what I'm being told. It seems like it was a cult favorite among black women in the beauty community, and so this is it. And as you can see, it's a deep chocolate. It does have some like micro shimmer in it. That's what it looks like, and that's a swatch of it. And yeah, I'm wearing it today, as a matter of fact, and it's a nice bronzer. This little micro shimmer doesn't translate onto the face, so you don't have to worry about that. I mean, it looks, I don't see any, it looks pretty matte. When I use it, I don't notice any shimmer. I think it's a nice color. It's warm, it's dark, it's pigmented, it's warm. A little red, but I don't think too red. I think it's got just enough warmth to it, and it brings a nice warmth and color to my face and for summer. And I have to say, I have been enjoying it. It does last throughout the day. When I come home and take my makeup off, I still see it, I still have it on. So it's nice. I like it. I like that the shimmer doesn't translate, that it's primarily matte. I like the warmth, rich brown color, and yeah, I like it. So I'm glad I finally got to try it. I got mine from Amazon, but I think now they're available in store, but I'm not sure. I have a blush. It is from Black Radiance. It is their Artisan Color Baked Blush in the shade Toasted Almond, and this is what it looks like. And I got mine from Target. That is the shade. It was so inexpensive. I want to say it was like $3.99. I don't have occasion to buy a lot of Black Radiance because it's not really, it hasn't been that readily available in my local stores. They do have a really tiny section in my local drugstore, and then I did see this in a Target that is not near my house. I had to travel, but they do have a Black Radiance section in that Target. So I think because it was so inexpensive and the color of it, I just thought was really pretty. This is not a color I typically go for, this like really warm burnt rust shade. Not something I tend to go for, but I don't know, I wanted to try it. It looks so pretty in the pan, I thought I would go ahead and try it. And it is rather pigmented. I don't know if it seems that way here, but when I apply it to the face, it is rather pigmented. It's a really pretty shade. My only issue with this is that it doesn't have great staying power. It does tend to fade, as with just about all of the blushes that I use. So, you know, you're not going to get all day wear from it, but it's a really pretty color. I love the pigmentation, and I do like it. I like it enough that I would go ahead and perhaps try some other colors in this blush formula. But yeah, I like it. A nice little affordable option. Last but not least is a skincare product, and it is from Herbivore. It is their Emerald. It's their Emerald Glow Oil. You saw this in, I believe it was my Sephora spring sale haul video, and I have been using it. As you can see there, I've used quite a bit of it. It's more than halfway gone now. I've been using it twice a day, in the morning before I apply my makeup, right after washing my face, and then at night right after washing my face. And I have to say that this was my first foray into the whole cannabis skincare ingredient type line of products. This does have cannabis sativa hemp oil in it. No CBD, but it does have some cannabis in it. And you know, cannabis and CBD and all that is all the rage right now. So I thought I would try this, and it did skeeve me out at first because I have oily skin, so I'm not used to putting an oil on my face. So that did skeeve me out a bit. but I fought through it. I worked through it and went on ahead and used it because it's supposed to give you good hydration. It's supposed to be a calming oil, and I have sensitive skin. I have acne prone skin, so I thought the calming effect, you know, might be something that would help me. And I have dryness around, particularly here in my smile lines, that if I don't attend to, I get super hyperpigmentation in that area due to the dryness. So I wanted something that was going to help bring some more moisture and hydration to my face. And I have to say, this does it. I have definitely seen improvement in this area right here that's usually dry and really dark. It has lightened up because it's getting more moisture. It's a heavy oil. It's not some lightweight oil. It's a heavy oil, and that was kind of a turn off for me at first because I'm not used to A, having oil on my face, and B, because it's not a quick absorbing oil. So if you're gonna put this on at night before you go to bed, I would suggest you put it on. You give yourself some time, maybe an hour, a half hour to an hour before you go to bed. Otherwise, you're gonna have a pillowcase full of oil, depending on how much you use. They do tell you to put anywhere, and they'll tell you it depends on whether you're using it for morning or in the evening, anywhere from 2 to 8 drops. I have found for me that 5 to 6 drops is the sweet spot, because it doesn't absorb that quickly. That seems to be as much as I can tolerate all on my skin at once. But yeah, it's nice. My skin does, I think it's looking a little better since I started using this. Like I said, my dry areas have definitely improved, and I have sensitive skin, and it has not caused any breakouts any more normal than usual. I have hormonal acne. I still have that, but yeah, it's been very nice, and I've enjoyed using it. Now, I think once I'm done with this, I might, it's definitely got me interested in trying some other cannabis infused skincare items. So I think I do want to go ahead and try maybe a CBD oil. This does not contain any CBD in it. I think I might want to go ahead and try a CBD oil and see, but I definitely like this. I would certainly repurchase it again, perhaps once I'm done with my experimenting with other marijuana type skincare items. I do like this. I would purchase it again. And that is it. Let me know, are there any products that you've been using over the last few weeks or months that you really like? Let me know in the comments below, because you know I'm always looking for new stuff that I can try that's maybe going to help me. If you liked this video, then please give it a like and consider subscribing, because I do these videos along with makeup hauls, swatches, reviews, and tutorials here on my channel every Saturday. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.